Hi there. In 2002, at the Leeds University in the UK, there was a clash between a PhD student, and that student was an Arabic, and specifically he's from Iraq, so he's an Iraqi PhD student, with his academic or PhD program advisors or supervisor, as they call it. And that clash end up with failing that student at the upgrading test, which is a test usually given to PhD student after 3 months after they started their program, the PhD program, to check his progress and his ability and capability of continuing the program and how serious is the student. Anyhow, the Iraqi student was very upset because, in fact, he came from Iraq and on his own is no sponsor, so he spent thousands of pounds on the program, and his dream was to get a PhD. He was very upset, and by upset mean he became sick, no eating, and always in his room, and he looked on his door crying, and he want to think and to end with a solution, and he did not tell about the problem to, or he did not tell his family even about the problem. Anyhow, one of his British colleague at that time told him, "Don't worry, friend. You are in a democratic country. Just write a letter to the Majesty Queen, and definitely she will help you. And I will help you in writing the letter, or if you want me to review your letter and to improve it or to correct it if there's any mistakes. Because I know that you are angry, maybe you write something which should not be written in your letter." Anyhow, he listened to his British colleague, and they wrote that letter, and he sent it to the Queen. After a few days, the Queen replied to him, say, "Your case is under progress. We will come to you after investigation." And at the same time, the Queen has sent a letter to the advisor, the British teacher or advisor or PhD supervisor. She requests him to change his mind and let this boy or this student, or candidate, to go back to that university and give him another chance to finish his PhD program. The advisor, because he in fact lived with the democracy and he's in a democratic country, he replied to the Queen in a letter saying that, "Your Majesty, I did not interfere in your work, so please do not interfere in my work. This is my academic decision, which I had taken it after investigation, discussion, and analysis, and I'm not going to give it up, even if this will lead to the dismissal of the university." And he signed it and sent it back to the university. Of course, after the Queen received the letter, she did not take any action. She stopped because this is his personal decision, and maybe he's right, and he did not want anybody to interfere to his decision. Of course, outside the university. Of course, in the university there's the committee, including the dean and maybe even the president of the university. They can interfere and they can see the matter, but he discussed it with them before he take a decision. And this is why he told the queen after a long discussion or investigation, or so that's mean he he thought that his decision was right, and I cannot pass this candidate. So he is failed. He should change his university or go to his or back to his home, whatever he want. So now here, I want to focus on how the democracy is very important, and it can solve the problem. But if the country gives you the democracy to say and to express your feeling and to stand for your right, you should be very polite with it. Ask for your rights, stand for your right, take your rights, but in politely way, without saying bad things to the government, without pushing the government to do something which is beyond its control, and don't be snobbish and say it in a way that will make you you are in fact the troublemaker. And this is the point I want to discuss it with you today. And of course, we hope that all Arab countries have this type of democracy. And thank you very much.